Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime. Hi, guys. I'm back, and I have a gold-plated bucket on my head. Not in real life, just on the internet. Oh, this is the new character. Obviously. Off to Majelka. Down there. Did we just get off the boat? We just got off the boat. That was where I left it. I did some more leveling last night after stream.
You're still here?
I was just leaving. Bleed, 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 and die. Well, actually, it's not a bleed. Technically, it's frozen. Boy from beyond. Good afternoon? Nope. Good morning. Technically. And hiya to you. Granted, you may be a time traveler and be in the future, but for me, it's still morning. Another 21 minutes, give or take. Truly as flat as I've always been told out there in Omaha. I mean, as a Californian, that was kind of... It's really flat, right? That's pretty much all we had. Rest of Nebraska is. Level 33. I am like a leveling machine. I'm not sure exactly where I am on that. I'm going to have to check. Bear with me. As I have to. Alt-tab out. To see where I was. Hillier than San Francisco. That's interesting. I would not have thought that. Let's see, Rune Master 68321. So we are 6. All right, why am I suddenly all confused? That's why. 68321 and then a whole bunch there. All right. Many years ago, I was taking a class, Cisco class, I think. networking class here in the in Silicon Valley, and a couple of the people were not from the area and asked if the mountains around Silicon Valley. They asked if that was the Sierra Nevadas. Mount Umunum is the, and yes, that's actually the name, is the tallest peak in the general Silicon Valley area, and I think it's about 3,000 feet. The Sierras are much, much bigger. Still have to play this game, but it looks interesting whenever you play it. Another one in the Steam back catalog. It's if you enjoy an ARPG, it is a rock solid ARPG, and they have done a lot of innovative things that we've already seen the other ARPG games stealing, and that's not a negative. ARPG game design and game design in general is very much an iterative process, taking what the other guys have done and improving it. There's not generally in game design a whole lot of massive amounts of innovation where someone comes up with a game like nobody's ever thought of before. It happens, just not very often. But I would say that these guys had way more, innovation on a smaller scale. Good ideas, not really the game type, than any other game I've seen in quite a while. But basically it got started as a project on Reddit. Hey, I want to design an ARPG. Who else is interested? And, you got a bunch of ARPG players. They came up with a lot of nifty little ideas. None of it, is incredibly groundbreaking. It's just a lot of really good little ideas. Like instead of, just passive trees, let's put passive trees on every active skill as well. Simple idea, but as far as I know, actually, I'm going to go on a limb and say it probably had been done before in some other game. I can't think of one, but it's not like such an idea that it would be, surprising. That it would be a little surprising if no one had ever done anything like it before in any game ever. So my assumption is somebody probably did. The crafting system itself has got lots of nice little improvements on what other people have done, but it's not absolutely groundbreaking. Lots of little ideas that have improved the game. And other ARPGs will be better for borrowing them. Let's say borrowing. Diablo 4 has already done it. They grabbed a couple of ideas. And some of the things that improved their last big content patch, which was what they call it, the season of items, itemization, something like that they called it. Because they really didn't add much in the way of new content, but itemization looks like they finally have found the fixes they need. It's not fixed yet, but they've solved it. The itemization was just way, way better. We've got points in multiple places. Let's see. Could we get rid of the Wraith Dunes thing in front of me? Thank you. 10 to 11 in Elemental Nova. 10 to 11 in Elemental Nova. Alright, that one's easy. Up there. Damage and damage. Frost Claw, 11 to 12. Frost Claw. Looks like down there. Frostclaw deals more damage multiplicative, and its explosion deals damage in larger area. These bonuses are doubled if you have at least 1,200 ward. Well, it'll be a while before I have 1,200 ward, I expect.
Yes.
we're going to want to deconstruct that one. Now, I think that helm, I think those two, the helm, I think those three? Those two I'm pretty sure about are basically endgame for this build. So a helm replacing the other seems unlikely. The boots maybe as well. At some point the gloves will come off. What they're really good for is they have LE resists and elemental leech. And since I'm doing all elemental damage, elemental leech, pretty good. Yeah, that's the one we wanted, was Mana Strike. Nice. And as for your mentioning of the inescapable Steam back catalog, holy crap, do I have one of those. For your chatting today, did you ever finish the Thaumaturge? I just wanted to know how it ended. I did not finish it, no. I was finding it repetitive and less of what I was looking for. I was looking for more of a sort of a magical storyline, and it was more of a political storyline. It wasn't uninteresting. You know, politics I was not particularly familiar with. That era of basically Polish/Russian political history. I was expecting more of a sort of a progression-based RPG feel. It wasn't a bad game by any means. It just wasn't one I felt moved enough sufficiently to finish. Yeah, I was interested in how it ended as well. Spoilers coming up. So I read up on it, and I watched at least a video of some of it. Eventually, you end up having to fight against Rasputin himself. But it was less about sort of thaumaturgy, shall we say. The magic involved was less important than I was hoping for. And the RPG elements were not what I was looking for. Sort of similar, there was the Cthulhu game I was doing, I don't know, what, 6 months ago? Something like that. And the story elements seemed to be second to the action elements, and as an action game, the action elements were not very well implemented. And so when I checked into it, and I found out that, in fact, the action elements that were causing me problems were the least of it. That basically the action elements in the game were bad, and the game was notoriously difficult because of the implementation of the action game. No, it wasn't what I was looking for. I was looking for less of an action game and more of an RPG. And so, in the case of Thaumaturge, I was looking for more of a magical RPG of a relatively standard sort than I got. Okay. You're welcome to lurk. You're welcome to be active. Both are equally welcome. Thank you for chatting a bit. Fools. Still having troubles targeting a little bit. Frost Claw, and you basically have to aim in front of the thing you're aiming for if it's moving at all. Ow! Level 34. Increased damage over time, and Armor Shred turns to more frostbite damage. Get me out of here! I don't think I would handle enormous scorpions very well. I'm not a fan of things with chitin unless they're like lobster or crab.
Fools. Fools.
They're fools. Fools is what they are. See, they're fools. Majelka. (11 to 12) in Flame Ward. 11. 12 should be third point in barrier. Indeed it is.
Now, it's the oracles. The way the oracle took. Hey now, I've seen how you handle yourself.
No, hey, I don't want anyone to talk about how I handle myself. What I do in my private time is none of your business. It's not uncommon for guys to handle themselves. It's not feeling great yet, the build. But it is pretty tough. Freeze him. Burn through his shield. Burn through his remaining life. Profit.
Let's see. Buried in the slums. She told me of the Emerald Necklace. They were the same, content to slither through the shadows.
Now, there's not much for AoE yet. I believe later on I get a proc that makes certain things. Proc the Elemental Nova on distant targets, and that should improve the AoE a lot. Place where I frequently, historically, have died a lot, so be careful here not to overpull. Now, manage to fail to not overpull. I am not a fan of the conversation mechanic in the game. I think it's really clumsy and frequently gets in the way. I understand they want to have some sense of narrative in the game. ARPGs, generally narrative's not a huge deal. It should be 35 then if I got 35 or 40? 35. But for instance, I shouldn't have to click on the one answer in the narrative box. I should just have to click in the box. So if I need to get through it in a hurry, because let's say I'm being attacked, I can do so by just rapid fire clicking. And a whole lot of conversations are unnecessary. Talking with the vendors is completely unnecessary. If the only option are shop and leave, why have that exist at all? Just make it taking it directly to the shopping interface. Catch up the bone furnace.
No, and she told me it'd take the courage of a ruby Nagasa. I didn't expect this. But it's one step closer to giving her a piece of my mind.
Next. Teleport, I think. Yep, I'm gonna go teleport. And the first 6 points in teleport go to... Okay, 2112. So, cold resistance and armor if you've teleported. Stat buffs granted by teleporting. Last longer. After teleporting, your next direct spell cast refunds its mana cost. Teleport has a longer cooldown. Not sure I like that. You have a higher chance to freeze enemies if you cast teleport recently. Okay, that I do like. Alright. Basically, then, it seems like we're using teleport a bit as an offensive rather than defensive ability for some large chunk of it.
fools!
Our inventory is relatively full. I'm going to bop back really quick to the outcast camp. And I need to AFK for just a sec. I'll be right back. And I'm back.
Yes.
Yes. That one's not bad, actually. Freeze rate multiplier. More spell damage, reduce banner cost. Yeah, that's our next wand right there. On that, we've got what? Spells, crits, little resist. That one might actually be better, even. Ward gain on kill, freeze rate multiplier, cold resistance, damage. That's pretty good, actually, too. Well, they both got the same affix, fire damage and poison resist, but that's got a variety of small resists. Hold on to it. We've got some choices here. Alright, so that one, let's say currently that's doing estimated 860 a second. 1030. Pretty good. 892. Not as good. Yeah, the base spell damage, I think, on this one's going to make the difference. So, what we're going to do is we're now going to buff this one up by giving it a little bit of crafting. Nice double hit on that. Alright, so that's as high as we can take it right now. But can we add something else on the back side? Chill. We don't have any cold pen. We have fire pen, we have poison pen, lightning pen, physical pen, but we don't have any cold pen. I have to keep my eyes open for that. Ooh, 4 runes of ascendance. Note to self. So that was like 1084 before, and now it's 1108. Not much of a bump. It's probably not calculating the damage over time in. in a particularly effective way. We are going to go ahead and swap that out, swap this, and we're going to break both of these down. A total of 9 affix shards left. We got 4 out. That's not bad. And over here, we've got 2, 4, 5. We got 3 out. That's okay. What do our resists look like? Elements are okay. Fizz is a little light. That one's giving us a little fizz, a little fire, a little poison, and then a little bit more poison. Move that. Freeze rate multiplier. Damage over time. And a resist. What's our lowest resist? Necrotic. Alright, necrotic it is. That hurt. We can't add more. We're probably down to 1 more affix, so we'll hold on to it for now. Let's see. Currently doing 1108. 1153, slight improvement. Go ahead and break this one down. We got nothing.
Be well.
Now we'll go back to where we were, which was there. And a quick sprint to the portal to the next map. That's the second time, and once last night and once now tonight having lost connection. I thought they'd gotten that fixed, but no, evidently they have not. It's not a huge deal, but it used to happen pretty frequently in the early access and was really annoying.
I cannot do that.
Yes, give me a 20-second run for no particular reason. Hey, I got an idea. How about back to Majelka? Good idea. Thank you. Thank you, me. Wondered why when I was running to the gateway it seemed like movement was
I cannot do that.
A little jittery, and that's why we lost connection. I have had that happen where I had worked my way through a long map and was just about to get to the waypoint when I disconnected. That I do not take well. Not a fan of repeating content for no good reason. Or havoc to. On the long list of things that piss me off in games, that's one of them. The Stygian Warden. And goodbye, Iron. bit hard to hit things that are moving towards you.
Nagasa would get. I wish I'd seen it. I can only imagine how.
He's going to cut my throat out. Also, the inability to basically do any attacking or anything without standing still is probably going to be problematical later. But hey, every build's got issues. Another point. For teleport, 6 to 7, I'm going to guess it's in the same place. Yeah, all the way to 4 on that. That's the reason you got the freeze rate multiplier. 600%. Yeah, that seems okay. It is difficult to not overshoot with the skill. Because we're used to in ARPGs aiming at the thing that we want to hit. In this case, you've got to aim in front of it. And then sort of walk the targeting towards the critter. Certainly, any build with chills or freezes is going to have some advantages built in. It's going to be slowed, not moving at all, either which seems to be pretty good. Acolyte level of Reaper form shard, that's a nice one. Bossy dude. Let's see how much that teleport buffs things up and causes us to delete him pretty effectively.
So close. A word of advice. Don't ask her about the Diamond Matrons.
I won't ask her about
You'll
the
regret
Diamond
it.
Matrons. If you don't want me to, I won't. Because you're such a useful companion, Alric, that is when you're not getting yourself taken hostage, which happens multiple times. The Oracle's abode, where she abides.
Yes? May I tear a smile upon
And here's
you?
one of those vendors that I hate.
Can I help you?
Guessing you're a shopkeeper. Shop. Now, every time we talk to
Can
him
I
now,
help you?
we have to go through that again. Multiple clicks to get to the shop, but the only thing you would ever want to do is use the shop function. Get rid of all of this crap. He's not a story NPC, he adds nothing other than additional clicks. Int, Vit, Poison and Void. Physical. Physical might be better. And
Can I
here
help
we are
you?
again. Gotta do it again. See? It's just idiotic. I can't understand why they haven't dumped it. 71 health? Are you shitting me? It's gotta be tier 5. It is. Int, damage over time. Pretty good when you drop a resist on, right? Yeah. Probably necrotic again. And I think we're going to go with that. Physical resist is probably better. So, yep, we're going to give a couple more changes to our
Stay safe,
gearing.
traveler.
Extra fit out of that. Nice. Alright, we're done with forging for now. So that's going to give us... We lose a couple vit. Gain 3 int. Bunch of physical resist. That's a big chunk of fizz resist. Nice. Fizz resist is now almost capped. Very good. And over here... That's big, big health. Me likey that. Okay. Health regen. Now it's going to be a resist. And it is. Poison. Now, poison, there aren't that many things that poison. Although my first death on my other character happened because I got mega poisoned. Necrotic? Yeah, it's going to have to be necrotic, I think. Well, we are currently unable to craft anything else onto it right now. That is a lot of health, as we are going to go from 549 to 620. 80 points. That we can deconstruct for parts. Very nice. 15, we got 9 out. Pretty good. And again, 6, 10, 12. We got 6 out. That's a pretty good return. So, alright, we're going to do the quest for her, which requires us to go back to the beach we washed up on. I like gold. Okay, time travel. The ruined coast in the ruined era. This is why we can't have nice things. Because everything gets ruined by the void. I'm on a boat. That was not fair as I hit my evade. I would like to complain. That was unfair. Oh, lightning aegis. And it's gone. But for a moment, one single bright moment, we had lightning aegis. Those things pop very easily. It's pleasant. Thoughtful of them. Sort of void beholder kind of deal. Bad guy cometh. We'll grab this, the Sapphire Tablet. Go into the Temporal Sanctum, which is actually where the dungeon is. But we've got a couple of points to spend. 11 to 12 in Elemental Nova. And 7 to 8 in Teleport. In both cases, finishing off a goodie location. We'll talk to him. He's probably been stuck here forever. Yeah, I thought so. Back to the abode. Turn in that quest. Hey, fat buddy. Good afternoon. Had to check. When I started, it was still morning.
Ah, yes?
I don't know if we go all the way out to 10 on that or not. I should check. So I'll check. No, we don't. We're then going to dump the points, rest of the points into mental catalysis. Or catalysis? Yeah, catalysis. We just get 7 to get the armor shred turned into frostbite, and then we're going to dump a bunch into mental catalysis. It will make me smarter. Bruh.
May I tear a smile upon you?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Can I
And
help
Terra,
you?
she's always smiling at people.
Stay safe, traveler.
Greetings.
Is it all the way up to... Yeah, it looks like it's all the way up. It is all the way up to catalysis. And then I think we swap over to Out of Rune. Yeah, after that we swap out of Rune, dude. We move over, and after having grabbed a whole bunch of points in Rune Master, despite the fact that we're a sorcerer, only then do we put points into sorcerer. Rune Master's got a lot of really good passives for this build, obviously. We'll see if this kills me, because this is where my first character died the first time, and it was poison. It was 12 stacks of poison at once. And my poison is 6%. This could get me dead in a great big unpleasant hurry. He thought he'd fool me by playing dead there for a second, but I was not fooled for a moment. Pretty sure I always go towards the top of the map on this one, and I'm pretty sure I always regret it. Stop spitting crap at me. Oh my god, that's so unsanitary. Fools. You think they're so sneaky, burrowing into the ground? They're fools. In case my saying fools wasn't indicator enough that they're fools, let me assure you that they are, in fact, fools. That's a dead end. I resisted going into the dead end for a change. I'm so proud. Also doesn't help that the sight lines aren't great here. Big one. My, he's a big one. Something big was down here. But not anymore. Ding 37. Once again, I grow smarter and smarter. So I believe we are 8 to 9 on the teleport skill. We just finished that up. That one should be next. Tunnel Finder, cooldown recovery speed. Ah, okay. And then you cannot be stunned if you've cast. Probably end up putting that one in too. But the cooldown, obviously, always good. Any of the traversal skills, cooldown, frequently. Although it's less important than it used to be now that we have evade. The evade has turned out. I didn't really think it was going to be that impactful, and other build it wasn't for most of it because I was using a ring that turned the evade into a minor summon skill. It had very good stats, primarily why I was using it. But there's so many fights now where it's just like those things are dropping the ground aid, and all I have to do is tap space and I'm out of it. Like that. And again. So it's a really nice addition to the game. But that's another example of how ARPGs are kind of self-iterative. Grim Dawn added the same thing, basically space for I believe no iframes were involved, no invulnerability frames, and it was met with like universal acclaim from all the Grim Dawn players. And, well, they glommed onto it here. Smart and welcome. Ooh, it's another Nemesis. I think it's an empowered one already. Yeah, it is. Plus 6% block chance and void resistance. That goes from a not very good shield to an incredible shield for leveling in the early game with the void resistance and block chance. Really good. None of the rest of the stuff is particularly interesting, but, you know. Corrode? You first, jerk. Maybe don't just stand there the whole time, like you're completely frozen. Oh, wait. You were completely frozen. 200... That's tier 5? Tier 6? That's only a tier 4, really. Huh. And, huh. Just seemed like a really, really big value, but I guess it's only a tier 4. I wonder how big that number is in tier 7. 500? It's only the second character, so I'm going to get that. Always get this particular unique. It's a unique idol. Reflect. Which, by the way, is just thorns. It's not actually reflect. You still take the damage, just... Runes of Discovery. Which one are Runes of Discovery? I don't even remember. Research, creation, shaping, discovery. Adds a random tier 1 affixes to all empty slots. Right, okay. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. At some point, I would like to actually get a little bit of a ward in this build, you know. I do get temporary ward. Let's see, the cap on that is 20%, so that's at 18%. That's a good one. I have yet to see a build that uses it, but I would never say that there couldn't possibly be one. Freeze and die. Stun chance. Right, so the leeches, which presumably drink blood, were attacking skeletons. I'm not sure how that works out for them. Sort of a blood from a stone deal. And why on earth would the skeletons feel the need to kill leeches? Bear can't possibly harm them. And ought to keep people like me out of the basement here. It's a confusing battle they're having. Although technically the leeches spit blood. Maybe the undead want it for its lovely cosmetic effect? About dead. Does he actually literally spit up his loot? That would be a little unsettling. Once again, back really quickly to town. Sell stuff. Because our bags are full. Nearly. We'll go back to my least favorite NPC in the game.
Can I help you?
The worthless, unnecessary, increased elemental nova lightning damage. I don't think I end up doing any much. I don't think I end up doing any much lightning damage. Freeze rate multiplier, fire resistant, chance to shock. Looking for. I definitely could use an upgrade on the old amulet. Not sure. Do the boots? Not sure if the boots are a long-term part of the build or not. Yeah, they are. So that's 3 pieces of the build that we've got. Right? Right? No, 2 pieces. 2 pieces so far. So we can basically just initially just sell any of the boots or catalysts that we get. New belt? Would like a new belt. That is definitely looking tempting. Oh, it's the offhand catalyst, so no. All in all, a disappointing raft of loot. But they can't all be winners, you know?
Stay safe, traveler.
I'll try to stay safe. Thank you so much for your kind concern. This tab is full. This tab is full. We can now throw this one away. Because this one is better in every single imaginable way. It's just plain betterer.
Can I help you? Stay safe, traveler.
And now we go back to the desert way station. And continue on our merry way.
I cannot do that.
Ah.
This is the can't sail quickly. The center of the device and get ready.
I got
I'll
into
get
the
us out of
device,
here.
got ready. Infiltrating the immortal citadel. Wait, it's a building. It's
Don't
not
be
mortal in the
emerald, you're
first place. It
over
can't
there.
be
Go.
immortal.
I want
Can
to.
it?
I'll try. Hopefully, I will see you soon.
Oh, Citadel of Immortals. Okay, well that makes sense. Really do dislike those jokes. Acolyte shared increased crit chance. We have another level. 2 more to go and we're done in Rune Master. And can get to the actual things that are in the one we're playing, Sorcerer. 12 to 13 in Frosty Claw. On through the snow. Directly casting Frost Claw causes it to recast from the target location to a location 4 meters behind it. The second can hit the same enemies as the first. I'm not entirely sure how that works. Ah, so it's basically cascading twice. So we definitely want to aim in front of things now. As it's going to hit everything that's behind it anyway. Oh, so teleport was at 9. 9 to 10. Teleport. 9. 10. We are going all 5 into that. Note to self. We're going all 5 into Tunnel Finder. I'm not surprised. 100% cooldown speed. Especially after adding to the cooldown length. Big deal. Big deal, little deal, or no deal? Primalist armor and minion. I'm faster. Ooh, Glyph of Despair. Is that the seal? Yeah, that's the one for sealing. Nice drop. What a tasty little drop that was. From 12 to 13. Barrier. Fools. Why would I call them fools? They're just animals. They're not fools. Or perhaps I'm just complaining about all the guys in Sorcerer's School who thought they were smarter. Spoiler. Thank you. No, we're not going to be getting different catalysts, so we don't even have to check the catalysts. Catalysts and boots we're set for. For Tyrion the Rampant. Make with the stompies before I can kill him. I'm just too deadly. I'm just a dangerous, dangerous man. With a wand in his hand. Ooh, that sounds smutty. Never mind. Imperial Age over here in the Rustlands. I haven't been using Disintegrator. I should probably go ahead and swap out for what is eventually going to live there. one of the builds where eventually Elemental Nova won't be on my bar at all, as it will only be getting procced. Big boy. Through the first shield, through the second shield, I'm dead. Hello. That's level 39. The lower sewers. ARPGs, RPGs, MMORPGs, they all send you to sewers. Sooner or later, you're going to the sewers. Mana regen, speed with physical spells. No.
Right. I'm willing. I'll use this. Should if it weren't for you, I'd still be in the dreadnought, or worse. I'd be making friends with Ceres victims.
Sewers, sewer dwellers, rats. I hadn't noticed those things were named fumes before. Congealed sludge. That does sound like a sewer critter. Fools, fools. Popped up a couple of additional points, a couple of my abilities. Shards. I sharded myself. Rats. I know those mobs are called sewer dwellers, but technically aren't all of the mobs down here sewer dwellers? Aren't they just one big, happy family of things that dwell in the sewers, hence sewer dwellers? Possibly not happy, granted. I mean, I wouldn't be particularly enthused about living in a sewer. I thought I heard shards clanking, and I did. Commander's noble sash of lucidity. Well, I want to be lucid. Whoop. We've got another nemesis. Alright, 10 to 11 in teleport. Teleport. 12 to 13 in Elemental Nova. Glacial Might, that makes sense. I like the cold stuffs. Elemental Nova deals more damage multiplicative with other modifiers, but Elemental Nova costs more mana. Wonder if we're heading there. Freezing Cascade. Cast Freezing Cascade on hit, creating a cascade of Freezing Nova. Probably. I'm going to go out on a limb and say yeah, probably. What do we have here? We have Frozen Ire. Ice Scepter, +1 cold spell damage. Freeze rate multiplier. Necrotic resistance. Free Tundra Novas. Increased cold damage. I'm betting that's one we would like. But I want to empower it. I want to empower it, even though it's really, really good. I'm going to empower it. Take the chance that... that we can beat the empowered boss when we finally get back to it. And it'll be awesome. It's already, I think, really freaking good for the build. But it's apparently not, like, best in slot. What is best in slot? Cast speed, freeze rate, multiplier, spell damage, and mana cost. Gold pen is what they've got. Which does seem pretty good, gotta say. Waypoint activated. And I cannot stop myself. What did the Romans ever do to us? The aqueduct. What? The aqueduct. I'm just unable not to Life of Brian when I hit the aqueduct. Dead end. Have I chosen poorly? No, I guess not. Not entirely poorly anymore. Maybe just mostly poorly. Goes. I honestly don't know where that goes. Ha!
Just for one. Here I was, hoping this would lead us closer.
The Necropolis of the Deep. Do they have multiple necropolises? Necropoli? spinny boys aren't as bad if they can't get their spinning up to speed. I'm now level 40. That'll be... I'm so smart. I'm so smart, and so am I. I now have a allied ice beetle. Appropriate. We're just ice brothers. We're like ice bros. Sure. He's coming back. Now he's not. He's not coming back no more. No more. Down, I think, is faster. Say, murdering speed's pretty good. Lost idols. Lots of idols. Sadly, there are some builds that are pretty reliant on specific idols. That's why I'm picking them up. In the case where I was following the build guide all the way out to the end. At no point in the build guide did they mention that, in essence, the build simply doesn't work if you don't have a couple of the specific affix on an idol. That was infuriating. Doesn't, right up front, doesn't require any uniques to function, which was true. Didn't require any uniques. Did require specific idols. Pardon the yawn. The old man was hoping to get a nap in. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to or not.
I am Yulia, because, in regard from there, the heart of the Citadel is beyond. There is an exit near the Emperor's throne, giving you a chance to strike.
I'm just a skeleton in a suit. Kill on... Chance on kill to refresh random companion ability. Probably not. Ward per second for your allies while standing on your glyph of dominion. Nope. No. Frost wall duration. I'm not using frost wall. Quiet down there. That I can see getting used. Movement speed, vit. We're not using those. Did I not think that Snowblind was... No, Snowblind is not part of the end of the build. Interesting. Okay. However, for right now, it's still pretty damn good. I would like to salvage that. Salvage that, I think. Ward on kill, fire damage now. Volcanic orb. Salvage that. Sure. We'll just go ahead and slot that right now. That one's pretty good. Lightning is currently our lowest on the elementals. So that's good for that. Dump this stuff up in my stash. And 3 things to turn into bits. We want the ward gained. 1. Got it. Nice. Over here. Freeze rate multiplier. Wow. Did not get that. Damage over time is not bad. Fizz. Level volcanic orb. Ooh, whiffed.
I'm glad we have a... We can't all be before you... I'm too hurt. When he fled, I saw him heading deeper into the mountains.
We're now going to do a mission for Alric because he's an ally, a friend, a guy who constantly gets himself in trouble and creates more work for me. He does all of those things, that's for sure.
I cannot do that.
That is such a satisfying feeling. The teleport. It's so fast, it has a nice little sound effect, the visual's fine. They're still dancing. Even though they're broken. Aim is good. It's a much better, more effective skill in my aim is good. Sadly, hand-eye coordination is not as good as it used to be. Stay young, kids. Stay young. I don't know what the thump was. Didn't get a new skill. Didn't get a new level yet. Close. It was a distinct thump. I don't know what it was. maggot tongue. Ooh. Just gonna go with ooh, I think, for that. Now, finally, we start putting points into Sorcerer. We've only been in Sorcerer for like 25 levels. But we put 32 points into Rune Master first. And our first 5 are going right into Arcane Momentum. Max Arcane Momentum stacks 1. Increase cast speed per stack. When you cast a spell, you gain a stack of Arcane Momentum for 2 seconds, and refreshing the duration of all existing stacks. Each stack of Arcane Momentum increases your cast speed. And we'll be going into Essence of Celerity, presumably at least until 6. While at maximum Arcane Momentum stacks, you have increased movement speed. Not that impressed by that one. But more spell damage and more duration on the momentum makes that better. Alright.
You killed him? If we pull this off, maybe I can give us some good news for once, eh?
Remember, we're just a skeleton in a suit. Elemental damage, Shred Armor. Shred Armor gets converted. That one's not bad. Probably better than this one, because I've had this one since level 4. And it's got the same implicits, though, which are hot garbage. Is hot garbage better or worse than cold garbage? That's an interesting question. Elemental damage, chances to shred, and cold damage, I think, would probably be okay. Or spell damage. I guess we probably want to go with spell damage. So we will. We won't. It's got decent forging potential. Now it doesn't. Let's try and throw 1 in. I'm enjoying the new cycle. The additions are not huge. I mean, I haven't gotten to the new sort of capstone bosses or anything. My first character was boring and wasn't going to scale much further than level 75, so I'm rolling up a second character. The new mechanic for the Nemesis is a very simple, straightforward one, but very rewarding and entertaining. Lots of tuning. I am enjoying the new cycle for sure. Very satisfied with the way it's going. Interesting. So Elemental and Spell are both doing about the same. Alright, well, now that is a way, way better amulet than what we're using, because what we're using was pretty crap. Do we have anything else that we can add additional stuff onto? Over here, cast speed? No. Let's see. Available to be cast on here. Chill, maybe. Probably chill. With that forging potential, though, I'd rather put it into more palpable stuff. Oh, we're not done yet with that. Good. Let's see. Over here. Excellent. Free tier on that. Can't. Necrotic is what we wanted on that. Pardon me as I'm doing a little... no, that's back over there. You go. And that thing has no forging potential. So, how about you? Physical resist, int, vit. Nope. Void resist. Nope on that. Vit. Good potential still. Okay. Over you go. Alright, so we jacked up our goodies a little bit more. They've also added a very new yet simple mechanic. Grim Dawn added basically the same mechanic not too long ago. No iframes, no invulnerability or invincibility frames, but a short movement skill on a relatively fast timer is great for fighting and getting out of area effects. The smaller ones that mobs drop on the ground, just quick spacebar hit and you're out. It's a really nice little addition. Really nice. For gameplay purposes, it just adds a lot. Not a huge deal, but a nice one. Guys and your big green splodies. Sit down. Like that. Just a little space bar to get through the move. Whoops! And out of that one. Doesn't require you to use your traversal skill. Because you might need your traversal skill to not die as opposed to just take some relatively minor damage. Those things are like evil jack-in-the-boxes. Alright, big knife. That's unpleasant. There used to be a chest there. I thought there used to be a chest there. Reflection. Knock on the door. The Citadel sewers. More sewers. It's just always sewers. Top to bottom sewers. Imperial Watchers. We definitely want to go this way on this map because they all path to you this way. Rather than chasing them, they come to you. And here comes the first one right now. And he's dead. Rats and sludges. There's the second crazy. Not that it did him any good. And the third one. And another level for me, and a couple more skill points. It's just... That's the last one. Lots of Ratses. In a sewer?
Fools.
That doesn't seem likely. I smack my lips and go, ah, but it's just cold water. Let's see. Could you please get that out of my freaking eyeline? 13 to 14 in the claw. 13 and 14. Okay. Frost Claw deals more damage multiplicative, and its hits have a chance to inflict frostbite. More frostbite, good. 13 to 14 on Elemental Nova. 13 to 14, Elemental Nova. 13 to 14. More mana. More damage multiplicative. And 13 to 14 on Flame Ward. 13 to 14 on Flame Ward. Another point in Barrier. Right. My might continues to grow as I grow, well, mightier. Logically. Kind of makes sense. Couple of them. They're at the bottom of the screen. The second death on my first character happened just up here. I got one shot. Grab this shrine. Suffixes. Always welcome. More stuff. I like stuff. In the words of the script, stuff, stuff, stuff! That's the guy. For the second time on my first character. This character has not yet died, I do not believe. Deathless. They're just fools. That's all I can say. Don't think I need to say anymore. They're just fools. Fools! Grab all of those. Fools. Fools. They hurt. All right. Time to beat two bad guys. At the same time. The Spy Master and the Admiral.
Such grandeur.
Curtin and
All in glory to death.
Zemeckis.
Simply foolish.
Spoiler, not actually Zemeckis.
I've been expecting you. Do not
You
accept.
should have seen this. You know, yes. And
I've heard of your power. Let's
Right?
face this.
Curtin. Ooh, I didn't know that was going to happen.
now's our chance. Quick.
Whose side are you on, man?
Chance.
We escape through a gateway in time again, because, hey, that's how it works. I know it doesn't make sense, but it's simple science.
This. I'm
That
back in my
certainly
own
sounded
time.
like the Wilhelm
Maybe
scream.
it's not too late.
I am a big non-fan of the Wilhelm scream, at least in movies. Less so in games, but in movies, I hate it. If you're not familiar with the Wilhelm scream, you've heard it dozens of times. It's a particular scream that sound editors use. Usually sounds like falling to their death or getting flung in front of something. Kind of goes, "Ah!" And every single time it gets used, it yanks me completely out of the movie. It's not an inside joke if everyone gets it. And it annihilates the movie immersion. That's another level for me. 43. I also died to something down here. My third death. My first death. Beyond that, I don't remember. I remember the first three. Something one-shotted me. One of those freaking one-shots.
Fools!
Maybe that guy. It was on one of these ramps. Something just kaboomed to me one shot. That was not a Wilhelm scream. Might have been one of those guys. One of these ramps. we are working our way towards the snowy areas, which might be hard to believe, given that all you're seeing here is fire, fire, fire. And there's the last map I do before I go into the endgame. Having opened up the Circle of Fortune, getting close actually to Tier 5. 35% chance for double rewards from Monolith Echoes. I'd gotten to Tier 4 before I started this character. So it looks like we're about 4 to 5 on this character. Oops, missed me. The Burning Forest. Rye is all about fire. Never seem to be good guy fire gods and stuff, you know? Now here you've got Herod, who's about the cold. He's a nice guy. Of course, Lagon, or Lagon, sorry. Wrong emphasis. Lagon's also kind of a dick. He's the water. Raye is an asshole, Don is an asshole, but
Fools!
Heorot's pretty chill. That's all. That's Epoch Frost, because he's the god of cold. Snow. Alright. That's the god who's chill. Lol. Oof. Go ahead and from 12 to 13 on the teleport. There, and then the next one there. Cannot be stunned. Yeah, I figured we would be going there after we got all 5. These are the least lucky soldiers in their army. They're the ones who get to attack a god.
Submit. You are no longer worthy.
Be gone from this land.
My flames will scour this place. So be it then. Perish.
Earth-shattering kaboom.
I do not have much longer.
Herod. Yep.
Go north. Retrieve the lance.
Put your weapons, hero. And who I did find one and here. I sent. Here, come. We have much to discuss.
We have much to discuss. But running through the quests out of this series of maps will open up the remaining idle points, and I believe we'll also have all of the quest points taken care of. There's a command for that, I don't remember. I think it shows up on the map, doesn't it? I thought it was there. Guess not. And I assume these are supposed to have icons down here at the bottom. Let's
Yes.
clear out our inventory once again. That's a lot of freeze rate multiplier, so I'm going to salvage that. Fizz and poison. Ward decay threshold. Mana region. Potato, potato, I think. I think we want to deconstruct that one as well. Actually, I think we want to deconstruct that one too. Alright, there's no boots that are going to replace our currently worn boots, as they are basically endgame for this build. Definitely could change out the belt if we can get a decent belt to ever show up. Currently, damage over time in a boatload of health. A metric butt ton of health on that. That. Shatter it. I melee void out of that too. Had 10 shards, we got one out. Melee void, the one I didn't care about in the least. Let's see. Mana, elemental damage, chance to ignite on hit. We'll bust it up. Got 5 out of 7 out of that one. 26 spell damage. Not spell cost, but increased elemental damage. Cast speed. If we could remove the stun chance with melee attacks, that thing could actually be really good. But probably not better than what we've got. It'd be very long odds to make it work, so we'll just bust it up. And I think this is a good break point for me. Oh, let me talk to the NPC first. So I'm going to call it an afternoon's stream here.
We don't have much to lance. It is not then pray. You will speak they will we will order there have been war. It is but Raya is the larger threat.
We'll talk
If
to the other
freeing
NPC
waters is
over
what
here
we must do,
who
then
wants
we
medicine for his granddaughter, I think.
Yes?
Yeah, grandchild. Sorry, grandchild is sick. It's not actually medicine for the grandchild. It's actually for his boner meds. And I'm not making that up. It is. He has met a widow older than him. Magical Viagra. So I'm going to call it here. But this is not the end of the streaming for the day. Oh no, I'll be back in about 3 hours. At 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, early morning in Asia and Australia, with Once Human, the new free-to-play shooter slash building survival game sandbox slash surreal post-apocalyptic landscape. Because I've been enjoying that. I want to get back and playing that. So, double stream day. Back in about 3 hours. I hope the rest of your afternoon goes great. If you join me later, I'll see you then. If not, hopefully you will see me soon. Hope the rest of your day goes awesome. Your weekend kicks ass. I'm back in a bit. So, ciao for now. Bye, guys.